What's going on, y'all? We back. Today we about to run through another just 15-minute. Well, we just gonna run through a cup of food. I'm not running the timer. I'm gonna run through it, and as I feel like engaging and talking about something, that's what I'll do. I really, like I said, I'm not a dog trainer, and I'm not in the process of really training her. I am in the process of training her, but we're doing training in center. Good girl. Hate to make her sit and look. Sit. Good girl. Out. Basically, I'm just here to show what I do. I'm not sitting here telling other people what to do. If someone would like my help, I would gladly help. But this is just me and her routine in the morning, and I got to do this to kind of evaluate how she is and evaluate how I am. So some mornings I might not come out and be giving you all the information how you want it, but if something comes up that I think is important, I will definitely share. Ready? Rise. We're about to get into it. Sit. Rise. Sit. Rise. Sit. Rise. Sit. Yes. Pay attention. Yes. Pay attention. Yes. Rise. Yes. Down. I normally don't give them to him while she's down, and I'm trying to make that a habit. Rise. And even then, she still understands. She's like, whoa, I'm not used to that. Sit. Rise. Sit. Heat. And so when you are training your dog, you saw how just then I was already where I wanted her to be. So if you want to teach your dog how to do what I'm making my logo do, on the right, you put your hand where you want it to be, you say what the name of the cue is going to be, and then you will notice that movement from she. Watch what I'm saying. I didn't say anything, but she knew what to do because this is her cue. Logo. Yes, you saw that. She had to figure out how to get to it. And they're smart enough to do it without you telling them. Between, logo, heel, sit. Between, okay, heel. So now I see where I confused her. From the heel position, that is the only position that I make her do a figure eight. That is the only position I make her do a figure eight from. So when I put my hand between my legs while she's at a heel, she automatically thinks, oh, this is when he wants me to figure eight. And this is what I mean by saying they don't understand words. They just understand sounds, and they understand patterns or things that you're trying to get them to do. Basically, animals in the wild communicate with sounds and body language. That is the best way. And then they also, I'm sure, communicate with body odor, but how hard is that to control? You know what I'm saying? But that's how they communicate. Sit. Good girl. So now, watch. Between. And she knew where to go, but I'm going to show you. Heel. So, every time I do this, she thinks go in front for a figure eight. And that's exactly what she's doing. And that's what I want. That's what I trained her to do. So basically what I'm saying, sit. What I'm saying is my hand being in front of me is her cue for figure eight. I didn't want that. That is not what I was trying to train her to do when I put my hand in front of me. What I was trying to train her to do is take the food out of my hand, but I want her to do a between. Between. That is the motion of a between. Heel. Figure eight. That is the motion of a figure eight. Sit. And so she knows that because of hand motions as well as us just practicing it and doing it in a routine. Up. Let me get back to focusing on her because that's what we do. Sit. Rise. I'm still just giving her one at a time. Sit. What I like about doing this is also this is a new level of training for her. Rise. She has to be able to listen to me talk and focus on when I'm talking to her without me always having to say her name. Because when I'm out in public and I'm moving with her, I don't have time to sit and tell her that she has to sit every single time. Even though it's helpful for doctors sometimes when you walk in and you say sit, you'd be surprised how many doctors have a seat. I'm just joking. Sit. Sit. And see, that's what I mean. She didn't know if I was talking to her or not. Rise. Good girl. Sit. Rise. Hey, this is actually being helpful in the morning. I feel like I'm letting out a good energy instead of a bad, because I feel like I'm being helpful to somebody. I don't know. Sit. Good girl. Hey. You don't have to do it every time after so long. The reason why I don't make it a pattern is because I'm saying when we're out in the store, she has to know this is not happening. Up. You have to do it because I said so, not because we developed a pattern. Hey. Between. Down. And this is why I don't give them to her while she's down. This is why I don't give them to her while she's down, because but you saw how she jumped back up because she thought I was gonna tell her to get back up. That is another thing that we're working on. This is what I'm saying. All we do is work on whatever the issue we had yesterday, we come out and we put a little bit of focus on it today. And we don't go in big movements or big motions. We go in slow motion. A little bit of motion every day. And we do it this way. I kid you not. It's this way. Rise. See, and that's what I'm saying. On your right. 15 minutes a day will get you what you want. Hey. The hardest thing is really remembering the words that you want to use. Up. That's all it is. And all you have to do is get your dog food motivated. That means make them eat out of your hand every single day until they're moving the kind of way you want them to move. You don't have to do it any longer than that. And on days that I don't have time to do this, if I'm in a rush in the morning, and I do not like being in a rush because I'm saying you want to take as best care of your equipment as possible. And what I'm saying is you have to spend time with it. It's kind of like your car. You got to get out and check your tires. I mean, everybody don't do it every day. But you're supposed to do preventative maintenance on things. And this is preventative maintenance on my logo. Ain't that right? Down. Rise. Sit. Off. Up. And people say you can't look a dog in the face or whatever. What I'm saying is you should not look an untrained dog in the face. That is a challenge to an untrained dog. But to a trained dog, it's not a challenge. It's an understanding. They understand that I am bringing the good stuff. Ain't that right? Sit. That's the good stuff. That's her paycheck. She does a move, I give her something for it. Rise. Yes. And you add motion, so when you don't have food, you say the yes word. So, sit. Yes. And then you give her something. That's all it is to it. Rise. Yes. So, when your dog is getting started, you would help them. It would, bring it. Stay. It would look something like this. Stay. Stay. Sit. And then you would say, yes, good girl. She's used to that because I did that when she was a baby. Does that make sense? Bring it. Bring it. Hey. Now, sit. Something that I learned yesterday that I wanted to talk about today was this bone is several things for her. It's not the bone. The bone is her real job. This is the one that I'm carrying. When we go out in public, this is the one she's working with. When we out at the house, I got a bunch of different things I'm trying to get her to carry because I want her to understand it's not going to always be the bone. I'm saying you don't want to develop any habit. Because once you develop a habit, then they develop to me, it feels like a logo up. To me, it feels like a sit. It feels like a stay. It feels like a stubbornness. But she's not being stubborn, she's being confused. Our communication is not right in the moment. I'm saying 9 times out of 10, now with her, she wants to cooperate with me. In the beginning, your dog is not gonna want to cooperate with you. Your dog does not understand why it's necessary to cooperate with you. Now, if you can't tell by how intelligent she is, you can tell how she understands what the benefit of the next behavior is. And I'm saying her encouragement in the things that she loves is the going out in public. Oh, she loves the compliments. She loves hearing people talk about her. She knows from the energy that I share with her that when others come up, they share a bit. Look, animals can read body language. They can read love. When she doesn't want to be pet by somebody, she lets go of the bone. I don't want them touching me. And if she drops the bone, I'm saying I call her back to me because she's communicating. The person doesn't understand. The person looks at it like, oh, you're being mean. If you have to train her like that, I don't want to touch her. And it's like, no, it's not about that. She's communicating with me that she doesn't want to be pet. Look, if a dog is hot, it's not a good time to engage with it. That's another reason why I do it at the time of day that I do. I don't want to be out here in the cold of the morning when it's the coolest of the day and, oh, we're going to practice. Maybe when they're young, but what I'm saying is you should practice with them in all environments. Good girl. You should practice with them in all environments. I practice with her in the snow. You've seen my videos of me and her practicing in the rain. I'm saying we go places and we have to stand in the rain. I can't have a dog that's running. She has to know that her objective is to listen to me. Find it. When she drops one, I make her find it. That's part of the nose game. I'm saying, just hear some of the things that I do, and if they work for you, they work for you. I'm just gonna keep suggesting things because I think this is just like a firearm to me. And a firearm is only bad when in the wrong person's hands, an untrained person's hands. And what I'm saying is, that's the same thing for an animal. An animal is a danger to others around when it is in an untrained handler's hands. It's not a weapon, it's not. But she could be dangerous, and we all agree and we all know that. And that's why it's important to make sure you handle correctly. I consider myself to be a handler. That's it. Sit. I don't have a pet for a dog. She is not a pet to me. She is a working animal. Rise. Sit. I would not own a dog if she did not put in work. Here. Sit. Up. Sit. Rise. Down. Rise. Hey. Sit. Down. Rise. Between. On the right. Hey. Find it. Find it. Yep, find it. Logo, find it. Right there. Hey! Good girl. Sit. Rise. Find it. Sit. Find it. Sit. Between. Up. Hey. Find it. Find it. Find it. Yep, find it. Yep. Find it. Find it. Good girl. Hey. Sit. So when I wanted to move faster, obviously I got to get more into it. I kind of can't help it either. It's like if she ain't moving as fast as I want, then that energy turns into me elevating my voice. That's kind of like, hey, I said move faster. I need you to go faster. I don't raise my voice like that out in public. So I do it here so she understands my tone change means pace change. So if we're out and I say, look, down, rise, she should get up faster. That was a tone change. She has to know the difference. What I'm saying is in training scenarios, you go a little harder than you expect to in real life scenarios. And the reason for that is to show it's a possibility you might hear this. They might be surprised by my tone, but she can't be. Up! You see that? That's what I'm saying. And she knew to move with snap. And she's not confused by my words. And that's clear to me that she's not confused because I'm saying if I get frustrated out in public, I can't have a dog that shuts down in fear. Like, she can't fear me and I'm in here acting a fool. She gotta know after I'm done, it's time to get back to work. And another thing people say, sit, that people should not be allowed to pet service dogs. And I'm saying, I feel completely the opposite, especially with it being the type of dog that I have. Because I'm saying, if I never let anybody touch her, then it's more of a likelihood. Basically, the key to training a dog, a child, anything, is exposure to as much as you can expose it to. I expose her to the elements. I expose her to my emotions. I expose her to everything. And then her and I, it's our job to figure out how to deal with that. See, this is how I look at it. If you have a baby, which I just want to say, my nephew just had his first son this morning or last night, 7 pounds, baby boy born today. Hey, what I'm saying is, my best piece of advice to you, baby. Whoo! Hey, excuse me. I'm proud of you. Hey, my best advice to you. Prepare your child for the world, because you can't go to everybody's house and put safety stuff in theirs. That's why you gotta make your baby safe to walk this world. It ain't the other way around. You can't expect everybody who walks up to your dog to know how to handle your dog. You and your dog need to know how to handle the situation. Down, rise, up, sit, woo, heel, sit, up. Hey, I'm happy for my nephew. I'm proud of him. Do your responsibility and take care of your business. Sit, heel. I think he's gonna do well. Sit, down, rise, up, down, rise. Good girl. Heel. Yeah, this is what I mean. When I said I didn't want to show this right here, sit. This is what I deal with in the morning. Up. But this is how we get the job done. So I don't come out in the world and blow up on people like you. Sit. People who don't know how to take care of their damn responsibilities. Heel. Sit. Oh, I tell you, she worked hard. Up. But she helped me through it. And that's why I got her. Heel. Sit. Woo. Hey, but she helped me get through it. Up, baby. Good girl. She know what time it is. Sit. Good girl. Heel. Sit. Bring it. Up. Hey, she gonna get the reward she deserves when she get in the house. Hey, what I'm saying is, I can't control my energy in the morning, but I come out here to let it out, and this is how I do it. Sit. I don't be being mean to her. What I'm saying is, she an animal, she understood. I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't mean. What I'm saying is I provide for her. I try and be everything she needs. And that's why she move with speed. Yes, indeed. Hey, I'm out this boy. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Much respect. We out.